Alright, hello everybody. Today I'm going to be going over how to actually improve in Rocket League. I know I was gone for a few days. I apologize for that. I had a pretty sore throat and it probably sounds still a little funny now. This isn't going to be any clickbait or anything like that. This is the exact process that I use as a Grand Champ player when I'm feeling stuck. So hopefully this will help everybody who is Grand Champ and below. Stick around towards the end of the video because I will recommend some people to watch for every rank of the game. No matter what rank you are, these guys will help you both on YouTube and TikTok. Now, the first step I do when I'm feeling stuck is an assessment of my current skill level. I will literally grab a notebook and list all of the mechanics I think I have perfected on separate lines, then go into free play and attempt each of those mechanics 10 to 20 times. The reason for this is you want to make sure you are actually consistent in every mechanic you think you have mastered. Any mechanic that is under 70 to 80%, I will go back to practicing solely those mechanics until I get them above that marker. The second step is to find someone you enjoy watching and is great at what you are trying to practice. If you are practicing really difficult mechanics, maybe you'll watch Dark or Zen or Jazer or any of the Pulse members of Freestyler. And when you're watching them, you're going to slow down the video whenever they do the mechanic you are trying to practice. Anytime you see a flip reset, if you're trying to practice flip resets, you're going to pause the video, you're going to rewind it 5 seconds, you're going to watch the video in half speed and see exactly how they do it. And if you are practicing game sense instead of mechanics, you're going to find some people who post videos in the game mode you are practicing. There's plenty of high level content for all game modes. You don't have to just watch pro play RLCS in order to get better at 3v3. There's plenty of people who post high level SSL worthy or GC worthy 3v3 gameplay that you can learn from. You're not going to make great improvements by watching 3v3 gameplay when you're trying to improve in hoops, you know? So you have to make sure it's in the game mode you are trying to get better at. After you do those two things, going back and forth with your own practice and watching those YouTube videos and kind of copying them to make sure you're doing everything correctly, the next thing you need to do is start using it in your games. I don't care if it's casual or ranked, but you need to do it in game. There's a world of difference between hitting a mechanic in free play with an unlimited boost and hitting it in game where little Timmy wants the ball just as much as you do. And remember that you aren't just using what you're practicing in free play in your games, you are also trying to copy those people you decided to watch. Watch their rotations if you're trying to learn game sense and copy the way they're rotating. If it looks like they wouldn't go there, you don't go there. And eventually you'll start to pick up on when and where you should be going and you shouldn't be going. You'll learn slowly that way. Start really reading into every single play on those YouTube videos and every single play in your games. If you have already done all of that and still feel stuck, the next thing you need to start doing is saving your replays. Save at least one replay every single day that you decide to play the game. There's a reason all of the upper level players say saving replays and watching their replays is how they got better. It's because it works. Now, reviewing your replays is going to be hard at first because you're not really sure what you should be watching out for. The higher the rank you are, generally you'll recognize the mistakes a little easier, but the lower your rank, it's a little harder. You know, you think you're doing everything right because you're doing everything in your capabilities, and that's okay. You're doing what you could in the moment, and that's all we can ask. The way to review your replays, no matter what rank you are, and you want to find out where your mistakes were, just skip ahead to every time a goal was scored on your team. There's little markers in the replay section, and they kind of actually outline every goal that was scored on either side of the net. Just skip ahead to where it says orange team scored if you're on blue team, and vice versa, and then rewind it 10 to 15 seconds. In those 10 to 15 seconds, you're gonna really watch your car, all of the turns you do, all of the challenges you make. If you're even there, if you're going for boost, you're gonna watch all of that and recognize where you were exactly when you got scored on, and if you could have done like better defense there. And if you've done that yourself and you still feel like you're stuck and you don't really know what to do, that's when you take the final step and you start looking for outside help. Ask a higher ranked friend to review your replays with you. Ask a coach on Fiverr, on Discord. Hell, hop into a pro player stream. Ask them to do a live review of your replays. I know some of them will do it um, depending on if they have time that day, of course, if they're grinding that day. Some of them will do it if you have like a tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 sub on Twitch. Um, and if you still can't do any of those options, the last tip is to join my Discord. Every Saturday, you guys can at me, and I will take an hour out of my day to help review your guys' replays. We'll be able to review it together. You don't have to post it to YouTube. Just share it to me on Discord. Even though I stream and record from PlayStation, I actually do have a laptop that I like join Discord on, and I can review your replays there. That's it for my little rant. If you stuck around for this, it's now time to bring up those recommendations that I was talking about in the beginning. And they're mainly just going to be some people to watch on YouTube or TikTok and where to find the content you're really going to be learning from. No matter what rank you are, if you're high or low rank, I think everybody can learn from Lethamir. More specifically, if you're low rank, I want you to look into his Road to SSL 2021. If you're bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, I know plat, diamond are like the middle ranks, champ even, watch his Road to SSL 2021 playlist. He has it in his playlist section. I'm showing a picture of it right now on my video. And in the beginning of his playlist, he actually goes over like ways of practicing dribbling, aerials, and the mechanics he's really going to be using in the Road to SSL series. He actually has in-depth like 20-30 minute videos on how to practice each of those things and how to get better at them. Please watch those videos if you're lower ranked. They are super well thought out, and he goes over them with pretty much perfect explanations and actually answers the questions of people on Twitch who are wondering about it. The next person is Flakes. He has a Road to SSL 1v1 and 2v2 series, and on top of that, he has some coaching analysis videos on his YouTube channel. And I know a lot of people don't really like 1v1, but please watch them. Watch his 1v1 Road to SSL series. He does a lot of pretty much perfect defense. He is a top 100 player in it. His defense is practically perfect, and he does it with as little mechanics as possible. It should be pretty, I'm not going to say easy because it's hard, but it should be pretty understandable, at least, on why he's making the decisions he is. The last person I really recommend for YouTube, anyway, is KevPert. He has a bunch of guides and tutorials for any rank of the game. If you're higher ranked, please look into his dodge control video. By higher ranked, I mean like really champ 3 and above-ish. Please watch his dodge control tutorial videos and all of his other like control-based videos. You will learn so much about your car control, it's insane. If you're low ranked, stick to his guides on how to practice certain mechanics and other things that he has on his videos. They're all great for you. And if you're on TikTok a lot instead of YouTube, the last person I could recommend, mainly for higher ranked people because it's the people who are most likely to implement the videos or the things that he's talking about in his videos, is Sosa RL on TikTok. He does a great job of breaking down how he beats other pro players in his games. Does a lot of 2v2 content, does some 3v3 content. please watch it. If you're already on TikTok anyways and you're looking for somebody to find or for somebody to watch, Sosa RL is the way to go. And lastly, I'm not going to leave my GC players out there. I know I'm GC and I kind of did the whole guide and like it's geared more towards lower ranked. But if you are GC and feeling stuck, please, please focus on your defense. I can't stress this enough. As GC players, we tend to get stuck in the same free play routine of practicing air dribbles, practicing flip resets, practicing breezies, yada yada, whatever. But there's a trend in that. Notice that you're only actually practicing your offense. All of that is offensive based mechanics. You can't actually practice defense in free play. The only ways of practicing defense are watching other really high level players and copying how they do defense, or, as I said earlier, saving your replays and reviewing your own defense. As GC players, it should be a little easier to recognize all the mistakes that you make, and you can actually watch the whole replay if you want. I do actually recommend the 20-second thing that I was talking about before, just rewinding 20 seconds after a goal. But even just those 20 seconds after every goal, you'll realize like, oh damn, that was a bad turn there, or oh snap, why did I jump here, or oh wow, I didn't realize my teammate missed a boost. You guys will start to review your own and scrutinize really your own replays before. So take this time to go ahead and do that and really focus on it. Yeah, that's about it really. You know, the only other things are really practice your shadow defense, which you'll learn from 1v1 if you play it, or watching the Flakes 1v1 series. And this is pretty high level, so this is mainly for GCs and champ players. But try reading your opponent's car language. If that means nothing to you, watch Seabell's newest video series where he has the coach Ulti explain what nose control is. Look into that. It will help you tremendously in recognizing when your opponent can actually go for the ball and when he can't. Other than that, the last advice that I have for everybody is don't tilt queue. If you have 4 losses in a row and you're getting angry at the game, stop playing. Take a 20-minute break, go watch the YouTubers you found earlier, go watch some of the YouTubers I recommended now, watch some TikTok, take a break.